Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, traders from across the globe. Welcome to Short-Term Trading Live with Oscar. Traders, this video is being filmed on February 16th for trading on Wednesday, February 17th, 2010. Traders, we are looking at a very interesting situation in the indices, currencies, and many other markets. Let me get to the board. Indices are testing the OTAPMA for resistance. As I film this video as we speak, OTAPMA is the Omni Trading Academy's proprietary moving average, and I'll have some charts that I'll show you in just a moment. Also, there are flags building all over the map, and what I mean by that are there are bull and bear flags, but mostly bear flags building all over indices and currencies like crazy. And I want to show you some of them. I'll show you the ones that are in the indices because those are the ones that I'm watching more closely than others. Traders, we just came back from the 3-day holiday weekend on Tuesday, and the market still kind of moved in the same way of their corrective week, or the correction that they made, the reversal that they made on the week leading into the 3-day holiday weekend last week. We're past that now. Well, they're still moving in that same direction, but most of them are moving within the inside of a bear flag. They're just building larger bear flags. And usually, bear flags mean the market, when it's done moving up inside of its bear flag channel, it breaks down. Hence the name, bear flag. It makes the move ultimately become bearish. So sometimes you're in the market, you're bearish, it comes down, it makes a bear flag, but it stays inside that flag, slowly moving up until finally it breaks down. Bull flags obviously work the opposite way. You're in a market that was going up, it comes down for a little while, and then shoots back up. Most of the flags that I'm seeing in the U.S. indices, and foreign indices for that matter, are bear flags. But you never know what could happen because we are hovering around the OTAPMA. And the NASDAQ, as of Tuesday's trading, got above it. The NASDAQ did. The transportation average did not, nor did the S&P. And the DAX didn't, and the FTSE didn't. So I'm not jumping for joy. The Dow Jones Industrial average didn't either. But the NASDAQ did climb above the OTAPMA on settlement today, Tuesday. So for Wednesday, very, very important and interesting to see if the other indices get up above the OTAPMA, or the Omni Trading Academy's proprietary moving average. And if they do, and they settle for 3 days, well, hey, maybe we're going right back into the bull. But I have to say this, traders, I don't think that's what we're seeing. I hope it is, but I don't think that's what it is, because we got down through the Omni Trading Academy's proprietary moving average, stayed under it for a while. We're only going back up to test it now. It's above us, and we're hitting it. If it fails that test, we go down for another leg. And it's creating bear flags while it's making the test. However, technical indicators, if you look at them, they certainly look like there's another update coming on Wednesday in the indices. So probably another leg inside this flag, or maybe the flag will grow and the leg will be a little taller and the flag will get a little thicker. But I think Wednesday is an update in the indices. We'll see what happens. We do have a trading strategy planned for the possibility of a buy in the S&P if it sets up. But traders, I'd rather sell the rallies unless we get above that OTAPMA and stay above it. I'm in sell the rallies mode. So if I have to buy the indices on Wednesday, I'm going to be really quick with those buys. I'm going to get in them and get right out. We're also looking at wheat. The wheat market looks like it could go up one more day, maybe 2, maybe 3. I don't know. There's some projections into the 520s. So we're looking at the possibility of buying dips in wheat. But traders, let's get to the charts, because I want you to see that we are testing the OTAPMA for resistance in the indices, and the flags that are being created should be in those charts as we look at them. So with no further ado, let's go to the charts. Traders, what you are looking at is the NASDAQ daily bar chart, the March contract. Of course, each one of these green lines represents 1 day's trading. What this is our OTAPMA, or Omni Trading Academy's proprietary moving average. This average we got below, came back up, tested it, failed, got below, came back up, tested it, failed, got below, came back up, And as of the close on Tuesday, it actually settled just slightly above it. But that's not enough. It needs to settle above it for a few days before I would consider thinking it's a trend reversal. What else is happening here, traders, is basically, if you follow me here, it's just creating a bear flag. That's all that I see right here is a bear flag. As you can see, just like the one I showed you on the board moments ago. That is a bear flag. The top of the bear flag is being tested right now while we're hitting the Omni average. The end result should likely be, after a few days of testing, right back down again, because the whole thing is a bear flag, and you probably will fail at the OTAPMA. If we do not fail and we continue to hold and get above it for 3 days, well then, hey, we'll take a look at this thing and think maybe right back into the upswing. But traders, with the bear flag and the OTAPMA being there, I am a seller of rallies still. Overall, the larger picture, although this picture right here looks like it could come down, become a buy here and go back up to here for the day, and you get back out, and possibly, there's a day trade there. So we may have to buy down here. We'll see how it sets up on Wednesday while the trading action's taking place. But again, bear flag, Omni proprietary, no big deal here unless we can settle above it for a few days. Let's look at a few more charts here. Okay, traders, what you're looking at now is the leader of the U.S. indices, the big granddaddy of them all, the Dow Jones Transportation Average. This is our OTAPMA, the Omni Trading Academy's proprietary moving average. We are not above it. We bumped into it on Tuesday and stopped cold right there at it. And, of course, a bear flag has been created. Here's your flagpole. Here's your flag. Flagpole has been, a flag has been created. And it looks like we're running into the OTAPMA right at the top of the flag, just like you saw in NASDAQ. This usually will equate to a down move when this action in here is over. So once again, the leader, the transportation average, is not above OTAPMA. Only the NASDAQ so far has gotten above, and I always follow the leader, so I need to see what the leader is going to do on Wednesday. Let's look at a few more charts here. Okay, traders, the Dow Jones Industrial Average Daily Bar Chart, testing the OTAPMA right now for resistance as of Tuesday's close, as you can see right there. And of course, once again, you can easily draw a bear flag right here. So another bear flag, another indice, a bear flag within the indice below OTAPMA. I cannot buy this market or think it's going to rally and buy it with long-term planning until we can get above this average, and I don't think that's what's going to happen. However, we will take this one day at a time. I hope it does. I just don't actually see us getting above it for more than a little stick its head up and then boom, right back down. But we'll see. Again, we'll trade this one day at a time. We'll take this one day at a time. And we hope it gets above, and we hope it becomes a bull. But for now, we are certainly selling into this mess as it rallies here. Okay, traders, let's look around. We have a few more charts to show you, and we will start to look at a couple of international indices as well. Okay, traders, once again, another indice, the Emini S&P Daily Bar Chart, the March contract. Bear flag, you can easily pick that off the chart. And the top of the bear flag coincides with the OTAPMA, the Omni Trading Academy's proprietary moving average. I cannot run out and think this is going to blast off, right? The way I do analysis, that's not what it's showing us. So we'll have to see what happens. And once again, if you want it to be a buyer in a market like this, you got to come wait for it to come here, buy it, and get out up there as it fills in this flag. It's the only way you can trade this safely until it decides which way it wants to go. And it should end up going like this. The reason why I'm mentioning buying down here instead of selling up there is because the indicators clearly are bullish over these last 2 days. Clearly bullish for Wednesday in all of the U.S. indices. So technical indicators are bullish, but the formation is bearish, and I almost always will choose formation over indicators. Formation bearish. Not right now, not in the morning on Wednesday, but bearish overall as you can see it building. All right, traders, now I want to show you 2 more charts. We'll take a look at some European charts, European indices, and see what they're doing. Okay, traders, we are looking at the FTSE, the London FTSE, right here. It's a daily bar chart, and what do you see? Once again, this is a very common theme lately. OTAPMA! Boom! Right here at the top of the trade on Tuesday. Market is not above OTAPMA so far, has failed to get above it, and of course, bear flag created, and here it is. Boom, another bear flag, another indice, and below OTAPMA at this point in time. As you can see, once again, I must be cautious and not try to buy this thing unless I bought it at this line, sold it at that line, and stepped aside to see what happens next. Traders, so there's the London FTSE. The next chart I'm going to show you is the DAX, and that is nowhere near the OTAPMA yet. Let's take a look. Okay, traders, the German DAX daily bar chart, the March contract, and there are two things on here. A bull flag that we had noticed a few months back and showed to you, and look at how well the bull flag worked, right? Boom, boom, boom. Nice bull move. Well, now we have the exact opposite, a bear flag, and we are below OTAPMA. So, must be a seller of rallies in the German DAX, no doubt, and if this bear flag pans out, once again, the downside is what we're looking at here. The other thing that you can look at this chart for, traders, and use your imagination here is this. What if this is a big shoulder? What if this is a big head? And what if this is another shoulder building right here? I know there's a lot to see on that chart. It looks a little messy, but you can see the price action filled in that shoulder, filled in the head, and is now filling in a right shoulder. If the whole thing is a head and shoulders, the whole thing is bearish. So I am hoping that it just rallies out of here and goes, but I don't know that that's what we're going to get, traders. There it is. Flags flying all over the place. Bull flags work. Bear flags usually work. There are bear flags all over the indices, and I am worried that this little rally we're seeing is going to run out of steam. Traders, pull your own charts, do your own homework, make sure you draw your flags properly, and I will see you back at the site. So, traders, you've seen the charts, but before we go any further, I have an announcement that I would like to make. We are planning another Omni camp, baby. Omni camp is going to happen March 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th. For you traders that do not know what Omni camp is, live in Vegas, I have a classroom where I allow 10 Omniacs from around the world to join me for 4 straight days and nights of analysis, hardcore analysis, live here in Vegas at the office. And traders, if you want to learn a method on how to approach these markets and how to come up with a trading plan, you come on down to OmniCamp. We will teach you many, many rules over those 4 days that you need to follow, and we will certainly teach you a technical approach that will really help you figure out which way these markets are going to go on a daily basis, especially on a long-term basis. Traders, again, you're going to be locked in a room for 4 days and nights with me. It's pretty exciting. There's a lot of great learning, and there are only 4 seats left, traders. Anybody who would like to come on down to OmniCamp, I have to qualify you and speak to you on the telephone and see if you should be coming to OmniCamp. So the only way for you to get qualified basically is to call in or come on down to our site. It's www.livewithoscar.com and click the OmniCamp link, fill out the registration form, and I'll call you and question you. Traders, make sure you come on down. 4 seats left. They're going to go like that, and it is March 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th here live in Vegas. All right, so you've seen those charts, right? And in those charts, you see that the resistance is being tested, the OTAPMA. You see that we're in bear flags like crazy. There is no denying that. The flags are flying all over the indices. The dollar index has a bull flag. Everything else, the other currencies have bear flags. Very interesting with these flags flying. And traders, if you remember the video I did just before this one, I showed you a euro currency flag after we got below the OTAPMA, and here's what it looked like. Call this the OTAPMA, the Omni Trading Academy's proprietary moving average. The euro currency made a bear flag and then broke severely to the downside. The indices are in this spot. They did this, and they're doing this right now. They did not break severely yet. They're building their flags. I'm worried. I'm hopeful for the upside, but I don't trade what I hope. I trade what I see for what I see. And what I see is these markets going to head right back down if they fail at Otapma when they finish building their flags. Traders, I will teach you how to find flags. I will teach you how to rip charts apart. I will teach you how to come up with omnis at Omni Camp. So make sure you come on down. All right, traders, middle of the week. Got a lot more to go. A lot of trading out there. So I'm going to step off this video and go back into my chat rooms and see what's going on. Do some analysis. I'll see everybody at the site, so make sure you come on down. Don't forget, traders, a stop is your best friend, and never, ever trade without stops. Stops are in, emotions are out, right? If you put your stops in, you can relax because you know you're not going to get blown out. Your stop order will knock you out of a market. It's the only way to safeguard yourself from a disaster in the marketplace. Put your stops in, put them in first, never trade without them. All right, traders, try to keep your emotions out of trading each day, and putting in stops first will help you. But one of the other things you can do to help yourselves with that is say this to yourselves every morning, every afternoon, every evening. And you know what that is? Subs are in. Emotions are out. Futures trading is risky and can cause substantial financial loss.